Hello then, welcome back to Europa Universalis 4, playing as Qara Qoyunlu. It is 1495 and I'm not at war. Last episode, looks like Bohemia is new emperor of the HRE. Yeah, so I've claimed a couple of smaller provinces in the last couple of years. I had someone else's separatist land in an area I now control. I can't really avoid that. Mings announced the Timurids as their rival. My heir is an obsessive perfectionist, so now construction costs will be high once he takes over. Now, one group of... that's going to be them. An uprising. I'm going to have to help out my vassal, it looks like. Shouldn't be an issue though, I wouldn't think. Not if they've got a general. Two smallish groups. As long as they don't merge together, I should be fine. You're kidding me, aren't you? You guys seriously gave up that quickly. Well, you know what? Next time, I'm not going to give you back your land. I'm just going to take this land for myself. Because obviously, you guys cannot be trusted to look after your own land. And you know what? I might even start annexing this because a bit less I'm just really becoming a bit of a liability. I'll annex them and I can take on these guys as a new ally and it should all work out well. I'm not taking on Diplotech straight away because that's going to increase my corruption, which I'm trying to avoid for cost. But I do want to get the next military tech, so... I don't really need the manpower at the moment, so I can kind of sit on that one for a little bit, that national idea. I can get some claims, though, in Timurids' land, so... I might as well start getting a few of those lined up. Need to remind myself what I really want. Which is that province area is the main target at the moment. So I'll just make claims around the area. Hunting accident. His body has been draped, by whom you do not know, in a white cloth now stained red by his lost vitae. They say he was found by his horse in a clearing in the woods. You know the place they speak of. His face is calm, almost serene. You reach out to him. You reach out to touch him. The terrible reality of the situation dawns on you. The cold you feel is that of death. I think well, my heir's going to die either way. I might just cop the prestige loss. I've got a new heir though, 340. It's a bit of an odd heir, but it is what it is. I'll get a claim on Savar as well. So I've got claims on this province and these two provinces. So I'm still coring up Kartli. I've got a missionary working away in Koi, which is not too far away. So things aren't looking too bad. I'm making, you know, a little bit of money. These guys... Merchants are worried about the lack of protection. With our focus on free trade, our merchants are concerned that they are not getting the support they would get under a more mercantilist policy. I think I can cop a bit of Diplo power loss. I'll gain more mercantilism, lose 25 Diplo power. Well, maybe there is something we can do. Amol, where's Amol? That's there. They're going to be the next ones to pop. But they got let's go to fort. That's not too much of an issue. Or I've got Sultania. Oh, that's where these guys are now. And then a few others, not as close to popping. The joys, the joys. Another conversion done. He's next to my list. I might do Amol. Oh, no, it's a long wait. I'll do Gunja. They're the next quickest. I'm into legalism. How do I get into legalism? I'm going to get more towards mysticism again. Returning scholars. Particularly in the aftermath of the Mongol conquest of the 13th century, Egypt and Syria emerged as the foremost centers of scholarly learning in the Muslim world. Sunni scholars of every persuasion flocked to Damascus and Cairo to learn from the most renowned teachers of science, theology, and above all law, while Shiites traveled to Jabal Amil in Lebanon to meet with the scholars of Orthodox Twelver Shiism. Many students from our lands, having completed their educational pilgrimage, are now returning home and hoping to implement legalistic Islam in our Sultanate, just as they learned it in the heartlands of Islam. Well, I'm going to push towards mysticism, so I need some more missionary strength, and I do need legitimacy. So, contact with the divine is not about studying books. Boom. Probably get another claim in the Timurids now. I guess I'll take it in Shushtar. There's that uprising, which I was expecting. It's 12,000 strong. So I might not attack straight away. I might wait for some backup to be at least nearby. Just in case something goes wrong. Just hope these Ajamis don't go at the same time, but they should be a bit off. We'll get them to finally at peace with someone. Look at the truces they've got. Timurids are still getting stronger. This is concerning to me, the Timurids. Because they have land that I want. They got a lot of truces as well. Move this army in and let's get rid of these separatists. And it looks like it's going to be quite easy. Job done. And so the Sultanate are next closest, but they're almost finished. Kars is getting up there. Not Kars, I must say getting up there. Hartley's probably a bigger risk because of the missionary. But that should help. Now I can take on quite a few techs, but what I do want to do first I've lost a few of my shortcuts because of the latest patch. I had to roll back. It's frustrating. So I've always liked having... What do I like having along here? Institutions is one. Doesn't look like institutions... Where's the menu for institutions again? Ah, it's that one. See, the problem is even if I can get to a stage where I can embrace it, it's going to be very expensive. So I'm going to be realistic and just cop some heavy penalties. So I'm going to get Admin Tech 6, the workshop. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, the workshop, or putting out system, was used in early modern Europe to organise production of everything from textiles to wrought iron. With materials provided, craftsmen could refine various goods either in workshops or in their own home, bypassing the rigid restrictions of the guilds. So I can now build workshops and farm estates. And that means I can get the next two deploy military tech without copying corruption. Or do I want to push more with ideas so I can get these bonuses? No, I think I'll get these while I can afford them. So Diplotech 8 shipyards. Land transportation of a lot of cargo is simply too expensive. Moving it by ship is more efficient. Building shipyards will provide enough ships to do so. Increases my trade range, increases naval morale, and I can now build a shipyard. And Military Tech 8, pike and shot. The arquebus was easy to use as a weapon, but also inaccurate and slow to fire, leaving its user vulnerable to cavalry charges. Blending with pikemen allowed arquebusiers to fire and then fall back to be shielded by pikemen when enemy cavalry or infantry appeared. So increases infantry fire, cavalry shock, and I can now build a regimental camp. There's a bit of tech increase. Great Horde have also set Qara as a rival, which is probably good for me. It's going to cement... Ottomans are declared war in Ragusa. It's going to cement our alliance for a bit longer, I hope. I might try and save some money for a little bit and turn off my forts. Because I really, really want to start building. Actually, I might just leave you guys there. I really want to start building some buildings. What I'm going to do, before Armenia get any allies, I'm going to finish them off because they're been a bit of a pain on me. I've had to destroy them twice now. And I've had enough. I'm not going to give it to Bitless. Maybe I'll give Bitless one and I'll take the other one. We'll see how we go. Which provinces? Oh, I can't even take Bayazid. Oh, let's declare war. Roll in. Bitless, can you please try and take that province down there until the reinforcements arrive? Should we catch these guys off? Yep. Put them in a good fight though, I'll give them that. Excellent, I'll let them siege that down, saving me the manpower loss. Bitless's relations is maxed out now, so I could annex them. Choices to be made. Oh, royal marriage with the Ottomans ended because he died, so I better get that renewed. Invited to Eid al-Fitr. The ruler of Mazandaran has invited an emissary of our realm to celebrate the feast of breaking the fast, which marks the end of Ramadan. The feast will be celebrated for 3 days, and all that is asked of us is to forgive and forget any differences with others or animosities that may have occurred during the year. Okay. Ottomans is back on. 2 events at once. That's odd. Lack of demand for satin. Okay. Amol has long lived off the locally produced satin, but lately they have been forced to sell their products at reduced prices. If this is due to the temporary whims of fashion or more permanent change, it is hard to say, but it is clear that local trade is suffering. Okay. A shared interest. It's no secret that both Sultan Pir Budak and the Sultana Rabia have a way with words and thus with people. They can both make a stranger feel perfectly at ease in their presence and somehow always manage to be the one making the closing argument in a discussion. Although perhaps not entirely equal in charm and using different personal strengths, they have grown to enjoy attending social events together, often seen smiling smugly at one another from a distance. What is for certain is that the Sultanate is better off since their union. Hopefully I get the 100 Diplo power is probably better in the long term because he's not going to live for 100 years. Oh no, it'll only be 8 years. What do I get? I've got 100 Diplo. That's okay. So the question is... Well, that's odd. Our column is given a gift to Ragusa, who's at war with their ally, the Ottomans. Interesting. Got to decide what to do with Bitless. I'm kind of thinking... As a vassal, they're not much very use at the moment, because I can't feed them any provinces. So I think I might be better off just vassalizing. What I might do, I might give them everything and then vassalize myself. Drain the money out of it. Excellent vintage. Our wine experts believe that a recent vintage from one of our wine producing areas is of superior quality. Our people are happily drinking it. National interest is lowered by 1. That's good. And 10 points towards mysticism. That's a good event. Really need the Timurids. Afghanistan as a march. We've got Sistan as a vassal. They're overly big. But they've got Jampur and Yaz as allies. And up here you got Great Hordes allied with the Crimea. So there's a lot of interesting things happening. That is done. Okay. Let's see for peace. I'll take Bayazid. You can take Van. I want all your money, which isn't much, admittedly. Let's send that demand. Now, that's dropped a little bit. Why? Because I got one of the cores. It's okay. I'm already improving relations. I can go a lot higher. Oh. King of Qara just died. So we'll get that royal marriage back. Which they offered to me as well. Yeah, I can actually build a building. The question is, what? I can build a pretty decent temple. pretty decent workshop. And some very decent trade. I might improve my trade to start with. So I'm going to build a marketplace in... Although I've got the discounts in Tibris still. Right, I built a marketplace in Tibris. There we go. First building. It took me about 50 years. And once this gets back to 190, I'm going to start annexing these guys. Because I think they've pretty much worn out their usefulness. And there it is now. Need to annex them. It'll take about 3 years. Hungary's made peace with the Ottomans, and so the Ottomans are growing bigger and bigger, which I think has to be good for me. Okay. I might split these two armies up. Because I think these rebels are likely going to pop. So if I can knock out 2 of the provinces, I'll make it a much smaller uprising. No one else is really at risk. Except for these guys, obviously, but I think that's a good way of managing that. Tbilisi a little bit short. Oh, I can't much about that at the moment. Alright, so I'm going to end this episode there. Another little mini war. Started annexation of Bitlis. I'm going to start looking long term. I think there's obviously stuff happening up here. So it might be, until I'm in a position to take on the Timurids, which won't be for a while, at least I can get the Ottomans on board. I might need to start pushing north. Closer to Muscovy, which might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. I don't know. I'm hoping someone over in India can really establish themselves. Maybe the Vijayanagar or even Delhi. If Delhi get nice and powerful, that'd be cool. But until then, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the support. And as always, hope to see you next time. Take care out there.